Hey guys, I am getting up super early to talk to you today. Well, I guess not that early. I've been up for a couple hours, but my kids are still sleeping, so I'm going to try and keep it a little bit quiet. I just wanted to touch base with you because there's some transits going on this today before the new moon in Aries tomorrow, and they're transits that I care about for you all because they're transits that have to do with how we feel. About ourselves, the self-talk that we give ourselves, a lot about Pluto, and Pluto has to do with shame. And I don't want you guys feeling shamed. Like, I am on here with obnoxious hair. I am on here with obnoxious hair for you to talk about how we all really need to be comfortable with who we are as a person and who we are in the world. And really, that is what the last 3 weeks of action have been about. So let's do a quick review. First of all, guys, first of all, do you remember January and February when nothing was moving? When we didn't have any action anywhere, when it felt like we couldn't go any places or do any things or have movement in any areas of our life? Well, that was terrible at the time, but some of you may be feeling a little bit overwhelmed lately. So just think back at that time, at that rest time. And I want you to focus on really the fact that all of this year, if you need rest time for yourself, if you need rest time to recollect or just rejuvenate yourself or take a super long bath or just walk in nature or absolutely do nothing, I really want you guys to take the time to do that because it is a year that has a backdrop of just anxiety. With the Saturn square Uranus aspect, that is just an underlying feeling of anxiety in some places. And then with the Aries sun and all of us wanting to go forward and everything happening quickly, all of a sudden that can lead to overwhelm and breakdowns. And that's not good for anybody. So if you guys need that time, I just want to specifically express to take that time for yourself. If you're seeing that others need that time, like, be empathetic. Nothing needs to be done like right away. This is really just a time to, figure out what's important to us and what we love. And we really can't do that or find out those things or identify those in our life without being calm and being rejuvenated. And sometimes that's the most important thing that you can do for yourself. So I'm going to start off doing that. I'm going to mess up my hair a little bit to make it a little bit more obnoxious for y'all because, we all got to be us. So for the last couple weeks, we have been seeing a lot of action all of a sudden, which, we all said we wanted. We've had, at the end of Pisces, we had a lot of pets leave. We had a lot of people pass away. We had a lot of thoughts of people that have passed away in our lives. We've seen a lot of people changing jobs or changing houses or just like quick life-changing movements. And that can be a lot for people to take when it's all of a sudden. So I just want to give some empathy and some heartfelt love to that, to anyone that has gone through that journey recently. I know that's especially hard, and that's really when the taking time for yourself can be most important. Through the last week, we had a little hammer of Thor going on. Sorry I didn't make you guys a video about that. My house actually caught on fire. So in the beginning of that hammer. So I have spent the week like washing every fabric in my house and like the walls and everything because, smoke soaks into things. Now, funny enough, if you know astrology, that happened actually when Mercury conjuncted my own Mars. So Mercury, like electronics, conjuncted my Mars, which is fiery in Pisces. And when you get to the end of a sign, it gets to be a little rumbly. It gets to be a little. So that was last Saturday. You guys last Saturday may have noticed some conflict, a little confusion, some Mars getting thrown around, like some cockiness, some whatever, some ego. And that's fine. Hopefully you all worked through that aspect of the week and came to a place where you are, not throwing your ego on other people and not, kind of doing that thing where you need to control other people in order to feel better about yourself, because that's not a very healthy way to do Mars. That's more of a Saturn, and that's what we're like shifting away from this year. So just a heads up on that. We all do it, no shame. Just a heads up that if that is what you're doing and if that is what you're feeling in your life, that is definitely an aspect going on, so that you can work on that. For today, why I am on here today is we have a couple little Venusian transits, and we all love Venus, right? The first one I want to talk about is the Venus in Aries, of course, making an aspect, positive aspect with Jupiter in Aquarius. Now, this aspect especially, I just want to give you a heads up, because it actually can lead to, Venus is all about, the luxuries in life, like the Venusian things, the main things that make us feel better, the comforts, the fuzzy socks and flowers and just lovely pink hair. I don't know, jewelry. So that can actually lead us to some unexpected overspending. So I just want to give a heads up if anyone feels like going out suddenly and buying like a new vehicle today. Maybe not a good idea. If it's something that you've thought through before today or before this weekend, then go ahead and, get yourself the things that you need to feel better. It can also lead to a hedonistic sort of day, a day where we over splurge in Venusian things to feel better. And I'm not going to judge, like maybe that's exactly what you need. I just want to bring it up so you can make that decision for yourself. If you feel suddenly drawn to go out and, I don't even know, like throw $1 million party, like maybe that's your thing and maybe that you need that, but just a heads up that is the energy going around today. It would be a good day, if you can afford it, if it's in your budget, to buy a new outfit or do something lovely for yourself. Take lots of baths, go to the spa store. I don't know. Just don't overdo it. That's my heads up for that. Later in the day today, we are going to have our moon conjuncting Chiron. And that's all in Aries. So we have the new moon in Aries tomorrow. The moon, or our environment or our emotional house, hitting Chiron, which is a place that we've been wounded in the past, a place where we have been hurt, can be a little tricky feeling. It can be a little hard, which is why I wanted to bring it up. Along with that, we have Venus in Aries also making a square to Pluto. So I'm on here today. If you've been with the moon Chiron aspect in Aries and the Venus in Aries working down with Pluto, and usually I love Pluto. Pluto is the planet of transformation. It's the planet of being, introspective in yourself and finding what you want and need to change in order to be more free and more open as yourself. But Pluto can also bring a lot of shame, like a lot of self-talk, which is exactly not what I want you guys to be doing. So if you guys are getting into a place today where you identify where you've been hurt, but then are self-blaming or self-shaming or bringing having feeling bad about your worth as a person, or your beauty as a person, or you in compared to anybody else, like I just want you to stop that crap. Like, because in Aries especially, your beauty comes from knowing who you are. And one of my favorite phrases is perfectly imperfect. Like, that's what we all are. And with the sun especially, like you shine more when you're doing things that you love. Like it's an instant radiance that comes about people. You can just tell like when they're in their flow and when they're expressing creatively, or when they're teaching or talking, or even just sitting in nature. Like that is actually when you're true Venus and sunshine. Now, your sun in astrology represents, kind of your actions in life, but it's also what gifts you are given to shine, that make you shine to other people. It's like the purest expression of your form. So, especially with Venus in Aries, you have the opportunity, instead of feeling shame with Pluto aspecting it, to see you in your perfectly imperfect place that you are exactly right now, and all the journeys you've been through, and all the struggles as more of things that you've overcome than things that you've had to go through. And I've never met a non-amazing person. I just want to say that, like everyone in my life, even the ones that have put that Chiron there for me, like all of them have beautiful aspects. Everyone is just on their own path, and some people are struggling on their path. And when people are struggling on their path, sometimes they strike out at you. Sometimes words are said. But let me assure you, this week especially, um, words, opinions, things that were said or that manifested in your life from other people really had little to do with you, and really a lot to do with that other person's internal struggle. So just hold space for that. And I just don't want, I want the higher aspects of Pluto to come forward for you guys today. The transformational beauty aspects, where we can look at all of our crap, because we've all got crap, and really see our ability to go forward and change that. If you want to, you don't really have to. Like, you guys be you. I got pink hair. I'm not going to judge. So yeah, so that's the Venus square Pluto. I just want you to know you're all lovely. You all have gifts. Like, I just can't express that enough this year, especially. That we're really being called to reveal our gifts to, and what we truly love, and what keeps us most stable, which is really simple things this year, like your family, what makes a home to you, what feels like home to you, what energies you want around you, what energies you don't want around you. You may have realized less about what you do want this week and more about what you definitely do not want this week. So honor that energy as well. Because if we can get through today and not go crazy and like buy them all, and kind of nurture ourselves in beautiful ways that are healthy for us, and nurture our pain in beautiful ways, that give honor to that pain, that acknowledge that that pain is there, that acknowledge that that hurt is there, and go forward with it, you guys are going to be in excellent condition for the new moon in Aries tomorrow. What is a new moon in Aries represent? Well, a new moon is always a time where we restart something. So it's where the full moon illuminates something, brings it to our attention. The last full moon was in Libra, so it was a lot about relationships, about shining a light on the relationships in your life, where you need to do work, where other people need to do work, the give and take of all of that. The justice in all of that. I have a super Libra sister, so she just reminded me the other day that it was all about justice, not only beauty, because I really associate Libra with beauty and aesthetics, and that's probably because my Libran sister is an artist, but it's also about justice. So we were just paying attention to justice with the full moon. Injustices may have been shown to you, but with the new moon in Aries especially, it's all about I am. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. It is the potential. So we are going forward on some kind of new project in our life with unlimited potential. Aries sometimes don't even comprehend the words "I can't." So it's an exciting new moon. It's going to be one that you go forward with without all the drudgery of some of the other signs. Now it doesn't, sometimes you go head first without thinking, but sometimes you also need that to do change in your life. So when you do the work today to see yourself as beautiful and divine and as your own personal aspect of amazingness, I want you to sit with that and nurture yourself so you're ready for tomorrow. And tomorrow, if you want to do a new moon thing, like, that's up to you. You want to like put your crystals out, whatever, like, I'm down with it all. Or if you just want to acknowledge that you have the opportunity to change something cleanly, excitingly about how you see yourself and about how you express yourself in the world. And this is, an opportunity that you're going to have without a lot of muck around it. So that's an exciting time. Now, this will depend upon where Aries sits in your chart. If you're an Aries sun, this is if Aries is your sun sign, this will be something new that you're taking action towards. With yourself, with renewing yourself, with starting a new project, maybe a transformational project, something directly related to you. If you're a Taurus, I guess sun, moon, or rising. Moon has to do with your environment, guys, and your emotional self. And rising sign is the constellation that was there when you were born. So that Hellenistic astrologers most say, and my guru says, that most resonates with your soul. So just a quick explanation on that, and I'm going to make some more videos on that later. If you're a Taurus, you will be taking new steps in your 12th house. 12th house could be about emotional, really introspection. It can also be the house of self-damage. So like I said, Taurians, Taurus especially, don't go out and spend a lot of money today. We know how you're extra. We know how you like lovely things. But just, find some stability in that. But it can also be a house of really finding out, going internally and finding out who you are. As a person, as a soul, finding a spiritual life. And really, you could be starting a meditative practice or doing something behind the scenes, doing some kind of work behind the scenes. You could be starting in a hospital or a prison or just doing the internal work that you need. For Geminis, you guys will be starting something new in the area of groups. So it could be groups that you belong to. It could be ways that you give to the world. Social groups, possibly something online up there in the 11th house. So something having to do, maybe you're going to be more social, be out with friend groups. No, I don't know a Gemini that's not social already. So, so that's amazing. Let me see for Cancerians. I should have a wheel with me, then I won't have to work it out all in my head, right? For Cancerians, you would be starting something new in the 10th house. So that would be parenting, how you are as a parent, your reputation, how you're seen in the world. You could be starting a new job or career, or it's just ways that you work, ways that you give, either, to children, to your own children, in an actual career, or in what you see as your job or your actual thing in your environment, in your life. So I think we're on Leo. Leos, you guys would be starting something new in the 9th house, with Aries being your 9th house. I'm just gonna, sorry, sometimes I have to cut on my head. Yeah, Leo, something new in your 9th house. So maybe something new, some new educational projects, some new spiritual undertaking, talking to people in foreign countries, opening up to people in foreign countries, traveling to foreign countries. Maybe Leos are going to be doing some traveling. I'm not sure. But all of those things would be under Leos. Yeah, possibly starting a new religious endeavor, or a new educational pursuit, perhaps choosing this makes sense. My son is a Leo sun, and he just actually chose his major at art school. So he's going to do animation, guys. Yay. Yeah. So Virgos, you guys are starting a new project, which will be successful, about yourself and transformation, and what you give to the world, what people give you in the world. It could also have to do with like taxes, or what you owe people, what people owe you, other people's money. But that makes sense for the Virgos, because Virgos are going through a health transit this year too. And not all Virgos like day-to-day stuff, just to let you know. Like, that's not actually how it goes. So Virgos, you're going to be undergoing a transformation for you, and that's a beautiful thing. And you'll actually have a lot less harsh times with it than you've had in the past. Virgos all mostly have health issues. I don't know if you guys know that. So that's why Virgos tend to be so healthy and have to have that everyday thing, because Virgos actually have had to do a lot of healing, and that's why they can heal others. So just a little tip there. Libras, you guys will be having a new start of new projects with other people in your life, because that's your Aries house. So people you have contracts with, you could be, starting a new job, starting a new interaction with somebody, having to deal with actual negotiations with other people, contracts with other people. My sister, the super Libra, just pushed through for all of us siblings, and kind of a contract situation with the Wells Fargo, so that's amazing. And she will also be, dealing with the title work, because she's getting a house, so that's great to see that project's opening up for her. So Libras, yeah, a whole new start in interactions with other people. It could be your love life, it could be your career life, it could be anything like that, but that's what you're starting a new area of your life in. So we get to Scorpios. Scorpios are going to start something new with the new moon, having to do with your day-to-day activities, how you spend your day, how you balance your day out. A lot to do with finding a new way to find balance in your life due to your day-to-day scheduling. I have a child that's a Scorpio, so that is a thankful transit coming up, because she has been a little bogged down lately with some other stuff. So that's a beautiful, could be a transformation in your health. Scorpio is just transformation in balance of the ways that you serve the people around you, and the ways that you balance serving yourself and your health. All right. And for Sagittariuses are going to have a new opening, a new project with the new moon in their creative life, in the way they're able to express themselves, in their house of love and children. So they're starting a new page with children, and I have a Sagittarius brother, and I think he's making a decision in his life, because he's focused on what he's loved, to change some things around to spend more time with his children. So it does. I'm happy to see that is a transit coming out, so that will work out for him. So Sagittariuses, you've had a rough year. I'm so happy to see a lighter time opening up for you. So You're going to have a lot more fun. You're going to have a lot more freedom. You're going to have a lot more creativity, just a lot more ease. So that's an amazing thing for Sagittariuses. I know you guys have had a hard year, and my love goes out to all of you. But if anybody has this, like, it's seriously the Sagittariuses. It's just so hurtful to see you guys in so much pain, because you're like the older fire sign to us all. All right, Capricorn. Capricorns are going to have a new chapter opening around the home life. That could be new beginnings in your internal family, the family that you come from, or your actual home, house environment. You could be doing projects there. You could actually be moving, but you're going to find more stability in identifying what you need around that area and how it relates to you. So that's great, Capricorns, that you'll find some balance in your home and your family structures, because I know you guys have got hit with the work stuff lately. So that'll be great to see. Aquarius. Aquarius is going to find, with the Aries new moon, a new chapter as it comes to communications. It could be communications online. It could be short distance travel, short trips. You could have a new chapter opening up with siblings in your life, or non-parental family members. So something is coming to you with the new one in Aries concerning those parts in your life. So you could be maybe going towards just having a little freedom of movement, maybe visiting family members that live close to you, visiting siblings, brothers or sisters, maybe getting a new car. I'm not sure, but it's going to be a good, a positive change. So Pisces, you guys are going to have a new chapter open with the new moon in Aries on your values, what you value in your life, really identifying and opening a new chapter concerning your values, your Venetian qualities. Pisces said a little rough lately too. So I do have to give to that. Yeah, you're going to have a second house could be like people in your immediate environment. So new chapters opening up for people like in your household, in your immediate environment, you being able to open up and go towards things that you find value in, that make you feel better, maybe a lot more self-nurturing, actually, being that the second house would be a Venusian house for you, traditionally a Venusian house, but especially with the second house being something, the things that you value, and really giving to yourself in new ways. Ways that nurture you, ways that let you express more of who you are. Because I think Pisces have been a little closed off lately. So that's going to be an amazing thing. You could also, of course, be starting a new job, be starting a new career, be starting a new way to make money with the second house. So a whole new chapter opening up there. But it also is directly aligned with your values. Like maybe you're taking one career over the other because it pays more money, or it or taking less money here or there because, it gives you more time with other people. I don't know, but it's going to be a whole lot of newness, a whole lot of ease of movement, because it is in Aries, and we are going forward with this new moon, knowing what is in our heart. Not really, the ego in Aries is not seeing the I can't. So I really don't want you guys, with the Pluto aspect today, feeling shame or like you can't, or like you're not good enough, because you are. And I just wanted to get on here to express that all to you, to talk a little bit about the new moon that's coming up tomorrow, and just say that we all want a movement, like we were all stuck around, and we all got some movement. And even though it may have been some strife, some shocking information, some revelations, and some loss. I can only say to you guys that the only thing inevitable is change. So you actually have to have, some things move out of our life in order to bring new things towards us. And the knock around, the beating on the head that we've got in the last couple of weeks is only to get us all to identify like who we are and, having a lot of empathy for that and a lot of empathy for our journey and other people's journey. It's really what this year is all about. So I don't want to understress that. If you need, if you're finding yourself in a place this year where you're having a lot of emotional strife, like don't suffer that alone, because everybody's feeling that this year. There's an underlying anxiety this year. And things are going to push us around so that we have to reach out. I don't like reaching out more than anybody else. I have Saturn on my Leo. I'm a very private person, but even I have had to reach out and use my words when I needed things lately. So I know you all can do it. So if you guys are needing, help from other people, express it. And if people in your life are needing help from you, like take the time to just listen. Sometimes that's all that people need is someone to hear their story and not give any judgment and not give any advice. Sometimes that is the best thing that you can do. And yeah, if you're feeling stressed, just make sure to take time for yourself. That is the most important thing that I can stress about this year. We're going to have enough. This is a rebuilding year. This is a kind of not a year that we're going to be able to hold on. It's kind of like we're rocking on the boat this year. It doesn't mean it's going to be like last year, but it means that we're getting, shook around just enough to find out where we need to be. To find out what is most important to us. And I think that is the value of 2020 and 2021 is that we're not in all of those like dictated schedules anymore. Those crazy, like bogged down, here we go, we're going to do everything under the sun. Yeah, we kind of get to rewrite our own thing and rewrite it in any way that we want or need to, which is really a beautiful thing. So I just wanted to give you guys a heads up for that. Pluto can be angsty. Pluto can bring up shame. It can bring up some terrible self-talk. And I'm just going to say screw Pluto. Like, know that that's a thing. And then you can distract yourself if you need to distract yourself to get over it, because it's just a day. And I don't want it to like weigh down on your soul. Don't spend too much money. And then all eyes forward to our new moon tomorrow. And I want you to come forward with that new moon with the eyes of a child. Just like being curious about the possibilities. Being curious about what's opening up for you, because this is not a hard new moon. This is like the easiest new moon you'll get all year. This is your opportunity to go forward, like, kind of in your childlike energy, like saying what you love, like not even being like concerned about what other people think about it, because it's really something from your heart, something that you need, and you should never feel shame about that. It's not a new moon where you're going to like go out and use swords on other people. It's a new moon where you're going to be just like, here I am, naked as a babe. Like, I'm just going with it. So that is a beautiful thing. Thank you guys for spending time with me this morning before I've had enough tea, before my kids have woken up. I am getting on with my day, and I hope you have a truly, truly lovely weekend and a beautiful new moon in Aries, because you all are awesome and you deserve it. See ya.